Topic number 2. Madoff. Ponzi scheme. Why do people fall victim? What mistakes do they make? Why is it always happening over and over again? Why do people lose? Why do people win? These are things we're going to try to answer on this session. Because I hear this happen a lot. I hear people question it a lot. And these things send a lot of fear throughout the investment community. And it makes people have a tough time making decisions. When all these things happen, people get so afraid. Sometimes it makes it a lot worse. So I need to answer a few questions and hopefully give people some guidance. First of all, let's talk about what a Ponzi scheme is. Everybody, and so when you understand what a Ponzi scheme really is doing to people, then you'll understand the remedy that I suggest. They're supposed to be investing your money and making money off the money. But instead, they're just taking money from one person and giving it to another person. And then when everything unravels, it all falls apart. And a lot of people that should have got money didn't get money. A lot of people might have withdrew early. And it just turns out to be a huge, huge mess. So you just have guys that are good salesmen. They have a good talk and a good presentation, and they're getting money from some people and giving it to other people, but they're never ever actually investing or making money doing the activity that they proclaim to do. That's the Ponzi. Now, one thing I want to ask myself, everybody talks about Madoff and how he got all these people, but nobody ever talks about the people that saw through Madoff. What if, and I don't know if we can ever do a study like this, what if we were to find out that Madoff only captured 1 out of every 10 people that he tried to go for? Or maybe what if it was 1 out of 20? Right away, then I would have to say, what is it that those other 9 people or 19 people, what did they see that those other small group of folks, what didn't they see? We never talk about the people that saw through it. We just want to talk about the fact that everybody got hurt, but nobody's talking about what type of things can be done to improve the situation to keep you from falling victim to that same thing again. I just hear about, let's go witch hunt somebody, let's go do this, let's go do that. That's making it tough. Remember, I'm a financial professional as well. This is making things tough for me, and that's not good. So what happens is this. When Madoff or anyone else says that I'm performing, they ought to be able to show you. If they can't show you what they're doing in real time, not statements, not stuff that's past tense, not testimonials, nothing less than a real-time demonstration. Now let me explain to you what real time is. You tell me what's going to happen before it happens. That's real time. I repeat, you tell me what's going to happen before it happens. If he's investing or doing whatever he needs to do, he needs to be able to show you how he's doing it. Show you what he's doing as he's doing it in real time. If he can't do that, then you do not invest. I don't care what anybody told you. I don't talk about the hype and the pep rally of all the other people that have given him the money. But if a guy is supposedly picking commodities, picking stock, picking anything, why can't you ask him, well, what do you like right now? And why can't he tell you? And why can't you check that out 3-4 days later or a week later or whatever? And have him to do that a few times just so you know that he's for real. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if he tells you anything to the contrary, but remember, once you give him your money, he's supposed to get started right then and there. So, but he's got all this proprietary and this and that. Listen, don't be a sucker, okay? Do not be a sucker. Now that's what you're being. If he can't show you, if he can't open up his hood and say, listen, this is the squirrel that's turning the wheel, then you're at risk. something can go wrong. You don't have the transparency you need, so you stay away from that. And if you do put money in there, it's got to be such a very small portion that you can readily lose without it being a problem. That's what you must do. Now listen, Madoff, he never gave a live demonstration because everything was all constructed. Everybody just went on past tense statements, what somebody said. So in my mind, I'm going to give you guys an illustration. So you go to this guy's house. The guy's name's Madoff. And he proclaims to you that he's a big-time hunter. Says, okay, cool. Been hunting for years. I'm a big-timer. You say, well, do you have a gun? Where's your shotgun or whatever you use? Oh, it's at my dad's house. It's at the pawn shop. I'm getting it fixed. You say, okay. So you ask him again. He says, well, do you have any pictures from the hunt? You know, like when you went out and did your thing a few times? No pictures. Do you have any trophies? Nothing on the wall? I don't see anything. Now it's a house full of people in this guy's house, and they all believe he's a big time hunter. And then you ask the guy next to you, you say, hey, well, I don't see nothing on the wall. He's got no gun, nothing. So if you ever went out with him? Oh no, but I know my friend, he went out with him. So you go to the friend, and he asks his friend, says, have you ever really went out and watched this guy kill anything? Oh no, but my buddy, he saw it, and before you go with the whole room, no one's really saw anything, but everybody's believing he's been there. And then you fall into that same crowd. That's what happens when you fall victim to a Ponzi scheme. If he's just moving money around, that means nobody saw a performance. You have to have a solid, sustained performance. You know what I mean by sustained? I mean you have to keep it up. And if it's really good, he should be making money off of what he's doing. He should be patient enough. If he's strong enough to be who he's supposed to be, he needs to maybe be patient to let you have the time to believe. Because he's for real. The Ponzi guy needs the money right then and there, or he's just going to play around with you for weeks at a time, gaming on you. That's not performance. Somebody that's performing is performing all the time. Now I'm the developer of the SuperVantage. We're always in the game. We're always doing something, and we'll step up in a heartbeat just for bragging rights, just to put down any naysayers, because we're the real deal. Now, somebody who's not, they can't do that. So what you have to do is make them show you that they're real. A real-time demonstration. Nothing less. Don't let them argue with you about proprietary this and proprietary that. It's not worth the risk. If they're picking stocks or picking anything, tell them to give me the next 10. Give me the next 10 in real time. Here's my email. Email me what you need me to know as I need to know, and I'll keep track, and I'll see how real you are. And when they can't do that, but yet they want your money, that makes no sense. So think about it. Keep that in mind when you're out there and people are asking you to do things. And the next question, balance. Listen, for every winner in the market, there must be a loser. Everyone cannot be a winner. I say that over and over again, and other people have to understand. So your financial professional is trying really hard, but he can't always have you in the winning column. For every time I buy a stock and it's a good thing, somebody later on is going to be complaining to themselves, wow, I should have held on to that stock. That is the way it is. You don't individually have to be a loser, but there must be a certain amount of losers in the market. So when you stray, and there's balance that must be achieved away from the herd, there are wolves like Madoff. They're predators, but they must be amongst us to keep the population of rich people in check. Everyone can't be rich. That's why we can't have too many deers. So only the people that are smart and sharp are allowed to stay rich. When you are a little slow, you don't pay attention, you break too many rules, then it's inevitable. It's a sad reality. I know you want to feel sorry for a lot of the people, and they fell down. I know we've seen so many stories about how people have been victimized. I know. But that's no different than Bambi being eaten by the wolves. It's reality. It must happen, because if we don't have any wolves, we can't have too many Bambis. So when we see a wolf, yeah, we get rid of them. We run them over with our truck or do whatever we have to do to run them off the ranch. That's true. But they're still a necessity. Sharks, necessity. Other things will be out of balance. So everyone can't be a winner. There must be losers in order for the winners to feed off of. I know it sounds bad. I know. That's why you have to make up in your mind, who's ever under the sound of my voice right now, to learn the game. Step up. Obey some of the laws and rules and precepts that I'm laying out to you, and maybe you'll be okay. Because it's not going to change. The predators will remain amongst us. And for those that don't stay in the herd and stay in the pack, they will be hurt. So usually the predators always end up getting the old, the sick, and the young. And in an investment world, let me describe to you those three people. When you're old, I've talked to people all the time. They don't want to believe in the super advantage. They don't believe nothing. They've been doing it so long, and in their mind, they don't want to look at no new information. They don't want to do any homework. They want everything spoon-fed to them, and they know it all because they've done it all and they've been around. And they end up maybe falling victim to someone because they just forgot to keep studying. That's the old. Too lazy. And the young, the fall victim. Well, people that are basically in over their heads. They think they know a lot. They haven't done much, but they want to do it all. They get in too fast. They listen to what people are telling them, and they charge up the hill directly into the cannon fire without doing the proper reconnaissance, without doing the proper intel, without asking the right questions. Next thing you know, they're in trouble. And the sick. Those are people that take chances they can't afford. Put too much money in places they can't afford to lose it. And it's already inherently risky, but they're trying really hard to make the big score. And then when things go wrong, they want to run to the authorities, run here and run there and cry, somebody hit me in Sunday school. Well, you brought it on yourself. You were sick. You took a chance you really weren't able to take. And there was a lot of reasons it probably wasn't going to work out. Now you want everybody to hear your complaint. And that's sad, because other people that need to do things in the market, that need to invest, they're paralyzed with indecision because now they're listening to a lot of people that have self-inflicted their own wounds. But the other people that haven't been wounded yet, they don't know that you shot yourself in the leg. All they know is they hear you crying and screaming from something that went wrong on Wall Street. So now they're scared to go to Wall Street. And that's sad, because it's making my life as a financial professional a little bit difficult. So I'm hoping you all can understand what I'm saying. These Ponzi guys, make sure they're not a Ponzi guy by putting their feet to the fire. And don't take no for an answer, ever. Real-time demonstration. And it needs to be a sustained demonstration. A couple weeks, couple months, maybe even a year, whatever it takes. But you put their feet to the fire in real time. Not referrals, not testimonials, real-time performance. Excuse me. And remember, everyone can't be a winner. You got to remember the balance of nature, balance of power. You got to remember the balance. So be in the winning column as best you can, but you have to understand everybody can't win every day. That's just the Wall Street experience. I'm hoping this has been helpful. God bless.